I deliberated for a very, very long time over what I should speak to you about today because, should I talk to you about entrepreneurship, but then it's just 20 minutes of just keep pushing, just keep moving forward, don't sleep, just work, right? Which wouldn't really be a very interesting talk. So I'm not a self-made millionaire and my company isn't worth millions of dollars. Not yet. Not yet. So today I'm going to share with you about my journey through life. What I lack in my bank account, in sleep, and in social life, I make up for with a huge collection of my own personal stories, right? So let me very quickly tell you about myself. I have led a very colorful life. I am classically trained as a web and graphic designer. I have worked as a designer, an art director, a salesperson, as a mime with choral, a seminar speaker, a singer, an actress, a professional eBay seller, a mascot. Yes, the shopping center mascot. All right, so my list of adventures and misadventures would go on for 3.5 days, and I don't think you have 3.5 days, okay? So I'm just going to share some of my favorites with you. All right, so let's just start from chapter 1, okay, the beginning. Growing up, I was always different, and I knew that I was different. I was like this little black sheep. I wasn't like my cousins, I wasn't like my friends, I wasn't even like my parents. I was dreamy and creative. I never made it to the elite schools, and quite frankly, I didn't care. I didn't wear pink frilly dresses, and I loved my company just a little bit too much. So by the time I was a teenager, like all teenagers, it became so strikingly different. I was so different, and I didn't want to be different. I didn't like it. I was bullied at school. And then my parents, God bless my parents, they decided that they needed to toughen me up. So they sent me to wushu class. Because you know what? I would be so scary because my fan kicks are beautiful. So that didn't work. I continued getting bullied in school. And thankfully, that journey ended. So it was this black stain on this pristine white t-shirt that I just wanted to get rid of it. I wanted a fresh start. And lo and behold, I found myself in a theater audition, right? And I was the dark horse. I had never performed before. I had no idea what I was doing. I was just there, usually just hungry. There was really nice beef hor fun. The studio was just in front of Amoy Street Food Market. So anyway, I ended up being really, really good friends with 2 of the other members. One who was also always hungry, and the other one, she was older, but we probably liked her because she had a car. Well, my hungry friend, she was the weirdest person I have ever met. By any form of social convention, this girl was weird. Okay, man, even her name was weird. Whose name is Coral? So anyway, my friend with the car, she will not be named. She's important now. So she was completely different from us. She was a girly girl, neat and tidy, sometimes prissy, very responsible, and did ballet and all of that. Also angry, always angry. So over time, it was through my interactions with them that taught me that being different was not bad. I mean, she grew up okay. Being different wasn't bad, and that different people, very different people, could still be friends, and you could be accepted for being different. So anyway, that gave me a new confidence in life, right? I was ready to step out in the world because I had found people in the world who were weirder than I was, and everything was okay. So real life started calling. I had graduated from design school. I went to Melbourne for uni, and I was offered a prestigious job in Europe. A few months into going to Europe, my first love decided it was too much, long distance, and left me. So by that time, I was also going through quarter life crisis. I also realized I didn't love to do design as much as I had hoped. So I was in this big black hole. No light and sound could ever penetrate that big black hole. Why was this happening to me? I had meticulously planned my life, made it here, but this plan wasn't meant for me. So I lived out the rest of my time in Europe as I was filming an episode of Please Don't Tell My Mother. It was really bad. It was actually not like an episode, it was like an entire season, right? My one true mission at the time was just to destroy myself, and so after battling all of that depression, so I woke up one morning and I looked at myself in the mirror and I said, I don't want to do this anymore. So I came back to Singapore and I started a design company with my friends. Design company, from the same person who said, actually, I don't really like to do this. Because it was the right thing to do. You were older, you needed a real job, fine. So I did that, but it got too fast, too much. The landlord wanted half an eye, an arm and 2 legs for rent. Clients weren't paying. My business partner had cancer, and I just didn't love doing it anymore. So we called it quits, and of course, I ran away. I ran away this time to Hong Kong, right? And I did a Mariah Carey. I got together with someone more than twice my age because I wanted a recording contract, which came. But little did I know, in the naivete of my youth, when someone tells you that they're doing it out of pure love, it isn't true. No, it isn't true. I was sold to a media company. Money was exchanged under the table. I was like a black market kidney that was being sold. So of course, I didn't want to lose myself. With my ego intact, I didn't sign the contract. I found my way back home, but upon coming home, I felt dejected, right? Why was all of these things failing? Why can't I just find that one thing that I could do? So many, many more boozy nights happened. Another bad relationship happened as well. And one night it got really bad and abusive. And I realized that my fan kicks weren't beautiful anymore. And I had no clue how to defend myself. And I felt powerless. So in a bid to make myself feel better, I joined the gym and I took up Muay Thai. Fierce, right? So I took up Muay Thai just to make myself feel better, to feel like I could defend myself. So along the way, another business venture went south. This time, my business partner, ex-business partner, he didn't tell me that he had scammed some people of money. And soon people were turning up at my house, knocking on the door, going, "Give me back my money," and threatening lawsuits. And I was just like, no, this cannot be happening again. So again, I ran away, and this time to Melbourne, again. And again, another bad relationship. And I was like, hey, come on, lah, seriously. Hey, you know what? The black cat didn't just cross my path in life. Like, it literally just followed me home. Like, And I was just like, what is going on? So for 6 months when I was in Melbourne, I locked myself at home, didn't want to come out, and I was just hoping and praying that this black plague would just like pass my door and leave me alone forever. So my friends were like, you know what, just come home again. And I was like, no, I'm not going to come home. Something needs to change, and I'm going to find out what it is. I'm going to face my demons, and I'm just going to stick it out. So, true to the saying that it's always darkest closest to dawn, things got better. I conquered my demons, made new friends, picked up Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, and life was good. I didn't have the clean slate I was so obsessed about, but it didn't matter anymore. And then it was time to come home. It sounded like a nice idea at first, and then I missed my friends, and then every time I tried to cross the road, people were trying to run me over with their cars, and then every time I was behind the wheel, suddenly everyone walked slower than my ama. So I hated everything and everyone. I had been away from Singapore for so long that it didn't make sense to me anymore. And to make matters worse, I met this annoying lady at the gym. Oh my God, seriously, like every single time we trained together, it was her one mission to destroy me. So we had an incident one day, and a few days later, she gave me some homemade cupcakes. And I swear to God, I was so scared she was trying to poison me. Okay, but I was hungry, so I ate them and didn't die lah, okay? So soon a friendship blossomed between two very unlikely friends. And she too had come out of her own black hole. A really nasty divorce with a very abusive man. We traded stories, we spoke extensively about acceptance, about healing, and about growth. About going against the grain and willing life into submission. We drew upon the same vision that life and martial art are not very different. They are both journeys that you embark sometimes alone, sometimes with other people. Some days are easy and some days are just plain terrible. It is a journey that requires sheer grit and determination. It forces you to learn patience, and every day is a journey of self-discovery. So that was how Trifecta Martial Arts was formed, with my business partner and former assassin, Aline Lim. We wanted to enter a new phase in our lives, not as a fresh start, but as a blank canvas. We wanted to build upon our experiences, share our stories with whoever is willing to listen, show the world that it is true, that it really doesn't matter where you came from. It just matters that you just keep going. So that is my story. And did anyone spot any Easter eggs in my speech? All the references to colors and black sheep, black horse, black cat. Anybody? All these animals also putting all black. So, because I'm a designer and because I'm a nerd, here I will share something with you. Do you know what makes up the color black? Absolutely nothing. Black is the absence of light and color. So, on the RGB, red, green, and blue scale, with each primary color holding a value of between 0 and 255, black stands at 0 red, 0 green, and 0 blue. If there's anything I've learned in life, it's that the blank canvas, you were taught to believe that it's white. It's not. Even if it starts from black, that is okay. Embrace your difference, embrace your black. Whatever that may be, failed loves, failed businesses, bad luck. Even the black cat gets bored of you eventually. And most importantly, please don't be afraid of the dark. Let your purpose be your light and find your own RGB values. For me, it was red for passion, green for grit, and blue for pure stupid luck. After many trials and many sad heartbreaking errors, starting from black, I finally found my colors. 246 red, 138 green, and 53 blue. The RGB values of the color of my trifecta flag that I am so proud to carry every day. And I hope you find your color, because when you do, life takes on a completely different meaning, and life is always better in color. Thank you.